refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
All right, welcome to Refuse to Lose, a weekly special. Every time I hear that intro, I get pumped up. Every time I hear that intro. Shout out to my man Lambo for making that intro. Shout out to my brother Randy, Ed Han, for creating that countdown instrumental. Shout out to both of them. So we had the 4 amigos, but they got dropped down to the 3 amigos. All right, we got Carl with us. How you doing, Carl?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Doing great, doing great. We got my man Tyrone. How you doing, Ty?
Doing good like always.
So I'm over here, you know, we over here in the 95 highway. You know, I'm a WFT fan, and I'm sitting here with 2 Baltimore Ravens fans. And one thing we all 3 have in common, we all watching the game from the couch. All right, so which is sad to say. But look, we're gonna get this thing started off. And also, real quick before we get started, I want to thank everybody that's on right now and that's participating, that got on early. To use our comment section, all right? Use our comment section. We can see every comment you guys put. We would love for you guys to participate. And if you haven't yet, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Last but not least, share it to somebody they can get on also and be a part of this show. So we're going to kick it off and talk about the Dallas Cowboys. All right, the Dallas Cowboys. So before we get started, we're going to play this one snippet, this one video, and then we're going to kick off the first question. All right, so here we go.
I'm not going to sit here and go through the officiality. I think over the long haul, you hope it balances out. I thought they would let these teams play today, but that's for them to answer, and I'm sure they'll have their comments on how they felt the game was officiated.
It's tough.
I think they were aiming at the referees.
Yeah, they were at the referees. Well, shit, credit to them then.
That's what takes.
Yeah,
they weren't doing it.
Oh, credit to them. Yeah, I mean, if they weren't at us and the fans felt the same way as us, and that's what they're doing it for, then yeah, I guess that's why the refs took off and got out of there so fast. So I mean, yeah, I think everybody's upset with the way that this thing played out, and as I said, as I'm sure a fan would be the same and feels the same way that we do.
All right, awesome. Look, yeah, saw that. So look, the first question obviously is going to be about these Cowboys, about these refs, blaming the refs. So the Cowboys, Mike McCarthy, the leader of the football team, Dak Prescott, the leader of the football team, both came in a press conference and pointed out the refs on the main reason why they lost this game. So we're going to start with you, Ty. Just give me your reaction when you heard that.
That's my first time seeing that video, but they crazy. They delusional. Because, one, the refs called holding on when they were sitting there tackling the defensive line. So, of course, they can call that. And when they, at the end of the game, when Dak runs the ball like he's Lamar Jackson in the last 14 seconds, then he didn't hand the ball off to the ref when he stopped. That's on him. And then also, they passed the ball like 43 times. So, of course, they're going to lose the game. And then they only ran the ball like 20-something times, something like that. So, they obviously going to lose that game. I don't blame the refs on that. Blame them. Blame the offensive coordinator and Dak Prescott.
All right, Carl.
All right, so I pretty much agree with Ty. I don't blame the refs because if the refs really wanted the 49ers to win, then the refs could have just turned the blind eye to Trent Williams not being set on that 4th and 1 where they got the 4th and 1, which would have ended the game right there. They could have just let that be like, oh, we didn't see it. They run the clock out. The game's over. Plus, the Cowboys had 14 penalties, 7 pre-snap penalties. That's just undisciplined football. Like, you can't jump off sides, get called for it, and look at the ref like, what did I just do? You have to wait till the ball is snapped. You trying to time the snap up, playing undisciplined football, giving away first downs. You can't. 2 times I've seen the Cowboys tackle an O lineman trying to block to the second, get to the second level to block. You can't do that. That's holding. It's rare to be called on the defense on a run play, but if you're holding the O lineman and not letting them go to the second level to go block, that's the call. You can't get mad at the refs. You got to do your job better.
That's facts. That's facts. And we all agree. I'm so upset Donnell waiting on because he the Cowboy fan. That's the guy I really want to talk to in this segment. All right, but we're gonna keep it going. But yeah, I mean, self-explanatory. It ain't the refs' fault. Number one, let's look at these numbers. Number one, the Cowboys, they committed 127 penalties this year, which is more than anybody else in the NFL. Them and the Raiders are like neck and neck. And then they number 2 in yards. They actually had over 1,100 yards penalized against them. I mean, that's a good wide receiver. A wide receiver getting 1,100 yards is a legit wide receiver in the NFL. They actually had 1,100 yards with a penalty, which is second, only 1 yard behind the Raiders. Now, when I look at that game, I watched, I kept watching that game, look at each penalty. I didn't see not one call they made that was like, I don't know about that one. I think every call was deserving. And then they had 7 penalties out of 14. Half of their penalties were pre-snap. And, pre-snap penalties is like blatant. I mean, it's not nothing you got to think about, And then when I look at it, if you go back and watch that game, the first play of the game, y'all remember what happened? The first play of the game, Randy Gregory went offside. Like the first play. Okay.
Yep. That's Randy Gregory had 2 pre-snap, 1 regular penalty.
And that regular one he had was crucial. Like he had every penalty he had was crucial. The first one he had, it was the first penalty was set the tone for the game. Set the tone for that drive. They scored that drive. The second penalty he had, it was 3rd and 5. Like remember, the score was 10-0, and they were about to go 3 and out. It's 3rd and 5. You go offside, they get an automatic first down. They get downfield, get 13 points. And they get a field goal. And then your last one, he basically tackled the tackle, right? Tackled the tackle and then got a holding card. And he got up doing this. I'm like, bro, you know the daggone well that was a penalty. So I would shift the blame to Mike McCarthy, Kellen Moore, and Dak Prescott. Like you said, Ty. First of all, Mike McCarthy gets blamed because he is the coach. When your team is the most penalized team, they're not disciplined, and that's because of your coach. Your coach supposed to control that. And whenever you go in front of the media and blame the refs, you're not holding your teammates, your players accountable. Instead of saying we didn't play well, we didn't do this, they point out the refs. Now you can say we don't play well and then still point at the refs. That's still bad. You shouldn't even talk about the refs. Period. I will blame Kellen Moore because. Kellen Moore, Donnell talked about it. Donnell mentioned that they're trying to sabotage. He's trying to sabotage the situation. I don't know. You're undefeated when you run the ball more than when you get more than 100 yards. You're undefeated. Stick to that. I mean, that's a blueprint for the Cowboys. When they don't have 100 yards rushing, they lose. When they get over 100 yards rushing, they win. So I don't get it. So I will blame Kellen Moore and Dak Prescott because he was just a bad quarterback. He was inaccurate. And Carl, I remember you said that you would take Dak over Josh Allen. I don't know how you feel about that right now.
Josh Allen got a top tier defense too. He did what he did, but let's not act like Michael Hyde catching that pick in the end zone didn't set the tone defensively for that game. That was an amazing pick by Michael Hyde.
It really did. I didn't blame Mac Jones at all for that. I thought he had a good drive, and I thought that was.
Brandon Bolden had a touchdown that he just dropped. This just went right through his arms.
I felt like his receivers then look out for him that game. That's how I looked at it. That first drive, he was balling. It was like I think they had like 2 drops that drive too.
Yeah, Brandon Bolden. Who dropped the first one? It was a drop before him. I want to say I don't think it was Kendrick Bourne. I can't remember who it was, but somebody.
And that dropped for a first down too. I remember. Yeah, it was a good pass.
See Mac Jones get a little athletic, 3rd and 10, get out that pocket.
Oh, yeah, he did. Like I think twice he ran for the first down, right? Twice.
I was like, who's this?
But Josh Allen, yeah, I'll definitely take Josh Allen like whoever said that, look, I'll take Josh Allen. Josh Allen, he could use his legs more, and you look at a situation, he has to play well for them to win. You know, and
I
more
don't
than
know,
that,
man. Look, I feel you, but I feel like the same thing with the Chargers and Herbert sometimes. Like, I feel like they force him to be the reason why they win. Because Devin Singletary is a pretty good back. They just don't use him. Zach Moss, another pretty good back. They just don't use him. You see, Singletary almost ran for 1,000. I mean, not 1,000, 100 against the Patriots when they used him. So sometimes I think it's like Herbert where they try to make it like, oh, it's Josh Allen or bust. And then again, I don't like when people say that the Bills are Stephon Diggs and nobody else at receiver. Because Cole Beasley is a top 5 receiver.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Sanders, Dawson Knox. Y'all seen what Dawson Knox did? He's a pretty good tight end that nobody talks about. But I would also like to say that Dak over Josh Allen. I personally don't like Josh Allen just because the fact that he does what Lamar does and nobody criticizes him because, we ain't going to get into that. But nobody criticizes him for it. Every time Josh Allen get the ball, run power, run quarterback design runs, they're like, he's so big and he's so athletic. Lamar do it, it's, oh, man, he can't keep running him like this. He's going to get hurt. Josh Allen, inaccurate. Oh, man, that's just a miss. Lamar Jackson misses a pass. Oh, we keep talking about the inaccuracies of Lamar Jackson. Who won the MVP again? Who had 36 touchdowns and 6 picks? It's like y'all trying so hard to push this narrative that Lamar Jackson needs to change his position, but y'all got a complete duplicate in Buffalo, and y'all don't criticize him like y'all criticize my man. So it's not Josh Allen's fault for real. Why I don't like him. It's more so the media fault. It's just Lamar's my dog. So
yeah, right with your dog. I had a feeling, when you picked Georgia with Dak, it was Lamar problem. Yeah, I had a feeling with that. You kind of thinking with your emotions. You know what I mean? When you think when emotions is high, logic is low. You know what I mean? So right now, when you talked about Josh Allen, you don't really be clear with your vision. You got a blurry vision. So I feel you. But me, I ain't got no dog in this fight. I'm gonna give you the straight, clear vision. And Dak ain't better than Josh Allen.
I got a dog same thing. The same thing though.
Well, you got because y'all what do about this? Dak Prescott. Who has a better weapons, Dak or Josh Allen?
Weapons?
I would probably say Dak, but it's closer than what people think because CD will drop the balls.
Yeah,
CD drop balls like a mug.
He will.
Stephon Diggs, I got Diggs over Coop. Emmanuel Sanders I got Emmanuel Sanders over Gallup, but CD is so much better than Beasley in my opinion that kind of doesn't. It kind of takes away the Emmanuel Sanders and Gallup, but Dawson Knox to me is better than Dalton Schultz.
All right. So what about Singleton and
Singletary and
Zeke over Zeke and Pollard?
Nah, Zeke and Pollard got it over them too. But like I said, the Bills, they don't use them enough for me.
No, just like the Cowboys. The Cowboys keep trying to make Dak the superstar when they need to focus on Zeke and all. Whenever they put the ball in Dak's hands, think about this, Carl. When they put the ball in Dak's hands, they lose every time when they don't run the ball more. But when they put the ball in Josh Allen's hands, I mean, sometimes he has some bad games, but a lot of good things happen a lot of the times. And then I know you mentioned Lamar and Josh Allen comparison. Lamar Jackson is a way better rusher than Josh Allen, but Josh Allen, I believe, has a better arm than Lamar Jackson. He's more accurate.
I don't see the accuracy is where I get confused because Josh Allen, before Diggs came over, was throwing under 60% completion percentage. Diggs come over now, his completion percentage go way up. So, Lamar Jackson,
he got Hollywood.
He got no weapons. We got Hollywood over there dropping the ball on fourth and whatever to beat. On freaking first or second down to beat the Steelers, and he just sold second down. Even though that was Lamar, it was Huntley. Second and goal, he has a slant, try to catch the ball with his body, drops the touchdown. So, I mean, Lamar doesn't have the weapons that these other quarterbacks had, and we were 8-3 with him. We lost. We didn't make the playoffs because he got hurt.
I feel you. But the issue, I feel you in that. I was talking to somebody, and I was saying the reason why y'all are want like Lamar doesn't have playoff success because y'all too one-dimensional. The Ravens are too one-dimensional. And then when they get to the playoffs, it's easy to defend that when you're one-dimensional because y'all really don't have a good team. Y'all look at y'all roster, it's not really good. Y'all was hurt this year and everything. And the fact that y'all had a chance to make the playoffs, I think was pretty good. The
fact we had a chance to be the number one seed in the AFC because of Lamar.
Right. But Lamar did break down before he got hurt.
What against the Steelers when the
No,
defense was up?
I'm talking about against Cleveland, against who y'all play after Cleveland. The game after that, like he was playing bad. Like
He did play bad against Cleveland.
the last month before he got hurt, he was playing bad.
I wouldn't say it was the month because I think before the Cleveland game was the Minnesota game, and he played really well that game. But the Cleveland game, you're right, he played bad. The Steelers game, the defense was up 2 touchdowns, blew that. Then Lamar walks it down the field. Mark Andrews drops a 2-point conversion. But another thing I wanted to talk about was the Cowboys this week about how they weren't running the ball, but they ran it like 20-something times and didn't have 100 yards. That run game wasn't there. I mean, I feel you got to keep going, but y'all down 17. This third quarter is getting late. You do have to eventually start throwing the ball because the 49ers, look at the 49ers defense. You got Fred Warner, Drake Greenlaw. That front seven is really nice. Jimmy Ward to come up and run support. You got the 49ers run defense is really good. So sometimes I think the numbers are skewed because sometimes the Cowboys get down so much so early they have to throw to come back. And that's when they lose because they're down so much already. You got to kind of abandon the run game. So you'll throw it more than you run it. And you already down to begin with. So you just take the L. It sounds like for real that the Cowboys are front runners. They have to go up early so they can run and whittle the clock away. If they don't go up early, then they lose because they have to throw the ball more to come back. And they're not good at doing that.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because the first drive they scored on, the Cowboys, they had 10 plays and ran the ball 7 times. And it was a smooth drive. And then outside of that 7 times, they ran the ball 10 more times the rest of the game. Because the Cowboys they don't stick to it. The 49ers, they want like they had chunks here and there. They weren't running all over the Cowboys the whole game. It was a lot of times when they were getting -2 yards, -1 yards. They would get 2 yards, 1 yard. But one thing about the 49ers, they stick to the run game. And then eventually it keeps that defense honest. And it opens up play action. You know, with the play action play, guess what? Now they on their toes for the run play. The Cowboys don't have the discipline to do that. They abandoned the run too early, I believe.
I can semi-agree with that, but it's easier for the 49ers to stick to the run when you're up 17 as opposed to the Cowboys when you're down 17.
But do you believe the 49ers were down? Would they still run the ball? The 49ers.
Yeah.
That's their motto.
Maybe. Yeah, but that's them though. Like you said, that's their motto.
Yeah.
Like it's to the point where they put Debo in the backfield. Like that's them.
Yeah. And but you know, the Cowboys, you know, I'm so upset Donnell not here, but it's all good.
One more thing I wanted to talk about because you brought it up about the Ravens' playoff success.
Okay.
I know you've seen the video when we played Tennessee the first year in the playoffs and we had 8-9 drops in that game.
No, you're right. I got you on that. Yeah, like y'all had a lot of drops, but with the issue with y'all didn't lose that game really because I want the offense. It was because they had control of that 4th game because of Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry was killing y'all that game, you know. And what Tennessee model is just like you said with the Cowboys, they got to get an early lead. And then they could run Henry down your throat and burn that clock. That's what they did with y'all. But when they played the Chiefs, they didn't get no early lead. So they had to put the ball in Tannehill's hands, and that was a problem. Derrick Henry didn't even have 60 yards, I don't think. I think Mahomes had more yards than him in that game. So I think that's why y'all lost that game. But at the same time, y'all did have 6 or 7 drives. I get all that. But
that changes the game. That allows you to come back, and it doesn't allow them to win the ball.
It's a lot of drops. Yeah. I need to get a
next year. You beat the Titans the next year in the playoffs. Control Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry ain't really do too much. Lamar controlled the game, took over, had that long run for a touchdown, I think, before half. So my man get it done in the playoffs. He just gets sold. Like the next week we play the Bills, Justin Tucker misses 2 field goals. Players drop the ball. Snaps go 20 yards over his head. Snaps go 20 yards down the field, rolling on the ground.
What about the Bills game?
Huh?
What about the Bills game?
That's what I'm talking about.
But
all that stuff I just said happened in that Bills game.
But Lamar, the only thing
he threw that pick 6 in the third quarter, which was bad. But
that was crucial, and it was in the red zone.
Leading up to that,
I get you on that. I get you on that. But y'all were in position to make it a game in the red zone. He threw a pick 6.
And hit this out though, right? The play before that, J.K. Dobbins misses a blocking assignment. He has Marquise wide open. He can't throw the ball because Dobbins missed the assignment, and he has to throw it over his head. That's a touchdown. But a missed blocking assignment, boom, can't get it.
I got you on that. All right, cool. So we're gonna move on to the next topic. Before we get to that, if you just got on, Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and share with somebody that you know that could join us in this live. Keep using that comment section. We appreciate y'all for using that comment section. And also, we have, a contest going on. I'm not sure if you guys heard it, but a contest. It's called a Perfect Bracket Challenge. It starts this weekend. You have to fill it. You have to send in your picks before the game starts, obviously. So whoever. So first, you send me the picks. Who you got winning each round before the Saturday first game, and then whoever wins gets $300 basically. All right. And I'm considering if somebody doesn't get a perfect bracket, whoever gets the best bracket, I might just give out $100 for that. But I'm gonna announce that. Or it depends on how the first round goes. All right. So, and that's that. And for you to be in this competition, you have to be subscribed to the YouTube channel, and you also have to have 2 others subscribe to the YouTube channel because we're trying to get our subscribers up. All right. So that's that. All right. So look, our next topic. All right. Our next topic. We got 2 veteran quarterbacks that's playing 2 crucial games. All right. We got the Packers playing the 49ers, who he has a hard time against throughout his whole career. And we have the Rams playing the Buccaneers playing the GOAT. All right. So we want to know, we're going to start this off with you, Carl. Who has more pressure coming into this game to win this game? Who has more pressure to win this game? Matthew Stafford or Aaron Rodgers?
My answer is Aaron Rodgers because, again, he has the number 1 seed. So he has the number 1 seed in the NFL. So everything goes through Lambo except, obviously, the Super Bowl, which, technically the home team for that. But everything goes through Lambo. His defense is better. Allen Lazard made a huge step from last year to this year. Devontae is Devontae. So it looks like the Packers has the roster, even though I still believe they should have drafted like a Justin Jefferson over that Love quarterback. But everything looks good. Now, to me, I'm going to go on a small tangent. Stafford, to me, doesn't have that much pressure. And I don't understand why people use the 0-3 in the playoffs with Matt Stafford when the Lions, as a franchise since 50-something Super Bowls, only made the playoffs 8 times. 3 of those 8 times were Matt Stafford. People probably can't even name 3 people besides Matt Stafford and the year they last went to the playoffs in Detroit. But they blame him. And this is another thing about Detroit. The Lions go 10-6. Jim Caldwell's the head coach. They literally fire him after he makes the playoffs for Matt Patricia, who puts the Lions, as we know, in a sinkhole. He gets rid of Darius Slay. Slay don't want to play for him. Top corner, he got robbed All-Pro. Quandre Diggs don't want to play for him. He goes to Seattle. He's a top safety. Matt Stafford got tired of him, and that's why he's in L.A. Come on, y'all take a coach that's 10-6 who makes the playoffs, lose to Seattle, who Paul Richardson made an amazing catch against the Lions, and he finessed y'all. Y'all paid him the next year. Makes an amazing catch, beats the Lions in playoffs. Y'all want so much, y'all want Matt Stafford to do the impossible so much with Detroit when he already did it. Taking them to the playoffs 3 times is the impossible, as we see from franchise records.
Impossible.
Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, players have sold Aaron Rodgers in the past. Like the defense 2 years ago against the 49ers, that might as well have been a JV defense out there against the 49ers. The way the 49ers is running the ball, 150-some yards before contact. You can't really do nothing about that as a quarterback. Last year, okay, Brady throws 3 straight interceptions. I feel you. You do have to get points off those 3 turnovers. You have to. You can't just score one of those 3 drives. You have to score again. And on the last drive, Aaron Rodgers, he had an easy touchdown on that 3rd and goal when he decided to throw, when he decided to take off, but then last minute decided to throw backside or across the field, and it was incomplete, and they settled for that field goal. I think he should have ran. I blame Aaron Rodgers, even though a lot of stuff leading up to that, like the last touchdown before the half on Kevin King by Scotty Miller, you can't get that up. Still, I think there's more pressure on Rodgers than Stafford. Like I said, Stafford already did the impossible. He took the Lions to the playoffs 3 times out of 8 in their whole franchise. Rodgers, you're touted to some as the best quarterback in the league. You got to win this game. You got to at least get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm going to let you go, Ty. You've been quiet for a while. So go ahead. Go ahead, comment.
Well, this one was kind of easy, so I'm going to try to talk a little longer because it's too easy. But Stafford, they did give a lot of weight to get the boy. He does have a better team, but I still say it's Rodgers because Rodgers. It's obvious because Rodgers keeps getting the number 1 seed, but then he loses after 2 games. So he has to at least win this game. Hopefully, go to the Super Bowl, but I doubt that happens. But he has to win this game at least win this game. And then Stafford, that Does he have that much pressure? Not really, because it's first year with the team, and he's playing Tom Brady. He's playing Tom Brady. Come on, I don't expect him to win Tom Brady. So. And then you got Rodgers playing against what's Jimmy G?
Garoppolo.
Yeah, Jimmy G or Lance if Jimmy G don't play. So come on now.
No, Trey Lance. Trey Lance is the future for them.
Okay,
Maybe.
okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
What you mean? You think Jimmy G gonna play next year with them?
I'm just saying, like, he's the future, maybe. Like, he has to really perform, or they might just look another route after a year.
Oh, I see. Okay, he's saying that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm saying like he is next year. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah, a lot of people, we should bench him. Nah, listen, Jimmy G is gonna be the quarterback for this year. You know, then Trey Lance gonna come in after 1 year sitting. So, but I agree. You know, I thought it was an easy one too. You know, and I'm so Aaron Rodgers. Listen, I like Aaron Rodgers, man. He's been like one of my favorite quarterbacks. Him and Peyton Manning. I was like, back then we were younger, whatever. You had to be a Peyton fan or a Tom Brady fan, Yeah. And I was Team Peyton, And then Aaron Rodgers came in, and his first year he had like over 3,000 yards, and he didn't play the full season. And then every year he was a 30 touchdown, 4,000 yard quarterback. And he came in when Romo was going up. I'm like, I hate Cowboys. So I used to tell people Rodgers better than Romo, and I had people fighting me over that. So but Aaron Rodgers got a lot. He has the most pressure out of any quarterback in his playoffs, right? Because people already are putting him up there with he won one Super Bowl. People are already putting him up there with Steve Young, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, all them guys with one Super Bowl. And a Super Bowl that came in, I think 2009, over 2010, all right, 2010, right? Basically 12 years ago. So so what I did is on research. I looked up his numbers when they lost in the playoffs since he won a Super Bowl. I can only think about 3 games that I can say, because my excuse for Rodgers as a fan used to be like, oh, it's a defense. It's a defense. I can only name 3 games when it was a defense fault. Both of those games, Kaepernick and 49ers, the defense couldn't. They dropped over now. The Falcons, they dropped over 4-2. And then the 49ers game you just mentioned, Carl, over 2 years ago. But outside of that, Aaron Rodgers played bad every game. Every game he played bad, right? I'm going to go real quick. 2011, they went against the New York Giants, y'all. I know they were 15-1 that year. Aaron Rodgers was 15-1, number 1 seed in the playoffs. Lost in the first game against the Giants in the divisional round. This dude had a 78 passing rating with 2 turnovers. You can't do that when you 15-1. And I think he won MVP that year, if I'm not mistaken, right? Did he win MVP in 2011?
That might have been AP. I don't know. It might have been AP.
AP in 2011?
I don't know. Is that the year AP could have broke the record, but he decided
not
to?
That was 2012, right? Or
I can't remember. I can't remember if it was 2011, 2012.
Okay. Because Aaron Rodgers, yeah, okay. So, then 2012, they went 11-5, lost to the 49ers. We said that, he had 91 passer rating, but he did had a turnover or whatever. But 2013, this dude, they lost to the 49ers again, 20-33. Aaron Rodgers threw 177 yards and 1 TD. Come on, bro. This is a playoffs. Yeah, somebody said, yeah, Javon said A-Rod got it in 2011.
You did.
So, yeah. And 2014, that Seattle game, I know the fluke stuff happened. The offside kick was just bad, all that stuff. But Aaron Rodgers played terrible that game. He had a 55 QB rating, 1 TD, 2 interceptions. And they were 12-4 that year. They would have bet. I think they played in Seattle, or they played.
It was in Seattle.
They played in Seattle, right? Yeah, and that's when Seattle won the Super Bowl and they lost to the Broncos. Or lost to Tom Brady. So that could have been. It's a lot of years when Aaron Rodgers lost to the representative of the Super Bowl, of the NFC in the Super Bowl, right? He lost to the Cardinals with Carson Palmer. They lost to Carson Palmer. Aaron Rodgers had a 77 passing rating, 54% completion percentage. You got to show up in these big games. That's one thing Tom Brady does. He shows up. You said what?
Wait a minute. I know a quarterback that got only 100 yards and two Super Bowl wins.
No, his early career, you're right, Tom Brady.
No, Jared Goff. Right. When they played Jared Goff and won, he only had 100 yards.
But what did he do leading up to the Super Bowl, though? He beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he beat your Patrick Mahomes Chiefs. And that
That
Jaguars team,
fluke.
huh?
The Chiefs.
No, I'm tripping. Jacksonville was the year before that.
No, Jacksonville was the 2017 AFC
when they beat the
Championship.
Falcons, right?
That was that was the year
Jacksonville
they
beat the
beat the Falcons.
Falcons. Yeah, but he beat the
No,
Chiefs that year. You talking?
Yeah, the Chiefs one was when he beat the Rams because D4 jumped off sides.
Yeah. But Tom Brady played well that game too. They're gonna proud for that. But and that defense there held Patrick Mahomes and them to 0 points in the first half too, right? I think they had 0 points in the first half.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I think they shut them down in the first half, and then Patrick Mahomes turned up in the second half. I think in the fourth quarter he turned up. All right, but Aaron Rodgers and all these big guys I'm looking at, he didn't show up. And he has a whole lot more pressure than anybody because if Matthew Stafford lose, all they're gonna say is his first year with the Rams. You know what I mean? They got all these new players. They go back. He's still under contract. Aaron Rodgers, on the other hand, he hold the team hostage last year. You know what I mean? Last year he didn't win. He lost to Tom Brady. And if he lose to the 49ers again, a team he never beat in the playoffs. He lost to them 3 times already, I think. So on 3, this will be his 4th time. And 49ers are the underdog. And Jimmy G is their quarterback. So Aaron Rodgers got more pressure.
I don't think if they lose to the 49ers, though, it's because of Jimmy G.
Nah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Oh, hey, Javon, that's facts. People don't bring that up, but Tom Brady always did have a great defense. He had like 5 Hall of Famers on one defense, and nobody brings it up. But
listen, I made a whole video about who's better, Jordan or Brady, and I said Jordan because Brady had help. He got the best quote unquote quarterback, people say, with the best defensive coordinator in NFL history for real, Bill Belichick.
And Hall of Fame defensive players.
Yeah. The year they beat Seattle, they had Darrell Reeves and Brown on the other hand. Like they had a legit Reeves.
And Malcolm Butler made that fluke interception in the end zone.
Oh yeah.
But the reason why I brought up Brady having 100 yards and 2 Super Bowls and winning was just because of that Seattle game. The Seattle game, you can kind of excuse it because the fluke stuff that happened. Because Brady had 100 yards and the Rams couldn't get nothing going because they was going to get Jared Goff, who people were trying to say he was better than what he was, but only had 1 touchdown and 3 picks in the whole playoff run. Meanwhile, Todd Gurley and CJ Anderson over here running for 100+ yards. They killed the Cowboys on the ground. They both had 100 yards against the Cowboys, and nobody said nothing. It was all Jared Goff. Oh, look at Jared Goff. He done turned the team around. It's a quarterback from out of Cal who went 6-6. That's his best year at Cal is somehow this great quarterback.
Yeah, Jared Goff. I remember I was trying to make a case why Matthew Stafford pressure. I try to compare Jared Goff's stats compared to Matthew Stafford's stats. It's not even close. Jared Goff didn't do much for real. They had a high power offense, but Jared Goff wasn't. He's not. Sean McVay is offensive mind.
He is, and I give him that because, like I said, you seen me tweet it a couple times. Hey, Sean McVay love that deep post to Van Jefferson. You can see it at least once or twice every game.
You said, have a last game. You mentioned it, yeah.
He love that deep post to Van Jefferson. But I agree with a lot of what you said with Aaron Rodgers about how he has come up short a little bit in the playoffs. And like you can tell, like astronomically different from the playoffs and regular season. Aaron Rodgers' regular season. What he just had this year, like what 30-something to 5 picks, and he threw 2 of those week 1, or 4 picks, and he threw 2 of them week 1. So if he does come out and throw interceptions and he does look like a shell of himself, then yeah, you'll blame Rodgers. But I think if the Packers actually do lose this game, I think it is because of the 49ers defense and the Packers not being able to stop the run. But another thing the Packers did get, which I like this guy a lot. I don't know why people don't keep him on his roster. He was on the Cardinals last year. Devondre Campbell became an all-pro this year, linebacker from out of Georgia. He was on the Cardinals roster last year. He didn't stick. And he was actually on that Falcons team that went to the Super Bowl with Deion Jones. I like Devondre Campbell at linebacker. They got a nice young guy. I think his name Chris Barnes at linebacker. He's nice. They have been missing Zadarius Smith. Oh, wow, actually. I don't know if he comes back. I don't know. They get David Bakhtiari back. But I think if they do lose to the 49ers, I don't have it being on Rodgers. I have it being on the defense.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I think Rodgers he can actually do him against that 49ers defense. It's just I don't know if the Packers are going to be able to stop Debo and Elijah Mitchell.
And the good thing about this Packers team, their defense is actually good, and they average a run game this year. So something that was always excuses for Rodgers never really had a run game until probably 3 years ago.
Yeah, Aaron Jones.
Like, never really had a running game. It was always like we saying with Josh Allen. That was Aaron Rodgers. I will never forget when they played the Cardinals before he won a Super Bowl, and every time the Cardinals got the ball, they scored. Like the only time they did not score is when like Clay Matthews forced a fumble. You know, like it had to be something crazy, but they had to score every single play up with the
You talking about that
Cardinals.
game where the Cardinals won at OT? Larry
And they
Fitzgerald caught
face
that
mask
ball.
Aaron
Yep.
Rodgers on the last play. That was a face
Mhm.
mask. You know, that was a face mask. So if you look at Aaron Rodgers' playoff career, every team he lost to was in the NFC West, except for the Giants and the Falcons, I think. Everybody was in the NFC West. 49ers, he lost to the 49ers 3 times. No, yeah, 3 times. He lost to the Carl twice. He lost to the Hawks. You know what I mean? So now he's playing the 49ers again. So he has a hard time against these NFC West teams. All right, so we're gonna move on, y'all. We're gonna move on. So look, for those who just came on, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and share with somebody, y'all. Get them on here. Get them on here. Use that comment section. Like I said, we can see our comments. We're gonna post them up, talk. And we have a competition going on. For those who don't know yet, if you check on my Instagram, Instagram is on the bottom, scrolling on the ticker. We do a perfect bracket challenge. To enter the challenge, you have to be subscribed to the YouTube channel, and you have to have 2 others subscribe. Make sure you send me a screenshot of the 2 people who've done it, and you have to send me your picks of each round, starting the divisional round this weekend. Each round by the first, like once kickoff start, we're not taking your picks, all right? And whoever gets the perfect bracket gets $300 cash app to them. So make them your cash app too. And we're actually, matter of fact, we're gonna do it. If somebody doesn't do a perfect bracket, whoever has the closest perfect bracket, we're going to send $100 out. All right, to the winner. And also, I want to mention, actually, tomorrow will be the 5th month we actually been doing this. All right, so it will wrap up. Matter of fact, wrap up the 5th month. So as a huge deal, we're excited about that. Thanks for everybody who's been supporting, who's been tuning in, and everything. And yeah, just keep on showing the love. And if it's something that we can do to improve, let us know, and we're going to improve it. All right. So let's go down to our next question. All right. Once again, we got Carl, Tyrone. Now we're going. Oh, I start this off, right? I start this off. So the next question is upset alert. Upset alert. All right. We always got to go over that. And I say, look, some of these ain't upsets. You know, like a lot of these games are evenly matched. The Bills and the Chiefs evenly matched. I believe Bucks and Rams evenly matched. You know, even the Packers and 49ers, you can kind of say evenly matched, you know. And who are the last 2 teams? Last 2 teams
Bengals,
are
Titans.
yeah. Oh yeah. You know, Titans and Bengals. That's gonna be a good game too, you know. So who do we think, what lower seed will win this weekend? I'm picking the Rams. Right? And the first reason why I'm picking the Rams, because I picked them before the season started. All right, I picked them to lose to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So I'm going to stick to that. And Tom Brady, the only way I think you would pick the Bucks is only because of Tom Brady. You have no logic behind it. It's only because you trust Tom Brady. You can't give me a game plan on how they're going to beat the Rams, because right now the Rams are just better because Tom Brady and crew are wounded. You know, the reason why Tom Brady won last year because the defense played great and got one of the best receiver corps in the league. You know, he got Gronk. Last year he had Gronk, AB. He didn't have AB against the Packers. He had Gronk, AB, you know, Godwin, Mike Evans. He has 3 number 1 receivers at a receiver, for real. Plus a good, you know, Gronk is still playing at an elite level, you know, and he had, you know, Lenny Fournette. Is Fournette playing? I think he's still hurt, right? He not?
I don't think so.
Now Fournette is out, Godwin is out, you know, AB is gone, shirtless. Right? So, I mean, Tom Brady got a handful. I think his left tackle was hurt too, right? Or am I tripping?
Both of them. He got a tackle that got hurt. I don't know if he's playing, and he had a guard that got hurt. I don't know if he's playing.
Yeah, I mean, we saw what the Rams did to the Cardinals last week. To their offensive line, they bullied them the whole game, you know, and they hungry, man. The Rams are hungry. Von Miller and Aaron Donald, they are some hungry boys right now, you know. Von Miller, I think his contract is only 1 year, right? He got traded. He only won his last year on his contract, or am I mistaken?
I don't know, actually, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, I think it's his last year. So I think next year he'll be a free agent. OBJ, he signed a 1 year. He's out next year. And a lot of these Rams players are hungry. They're hungry. They feel like this probably a lot of them their last opportunity to actually win the Super Bowl. So and Tom Brady, I mean, the only way the Bucs I see them winning, I can't give you no X and O's because it just makes sense to pick the Rams. The only way you probably pick the Bucs, Tom Brady has to. I'm not gonna say Tom Brady. The defense will have to play well. They did get Shaq Barrett last game. They got JPP. They got their defensive players back, so they're healthy on defense. So and they played well against the Eagles. And the Eagles, don't forget, y'all, they led the league in rushing, and that was a second half surge. Because the first half they weren't running the ball. So, and the Bucs did a good job against them. So, with the Rams, how they beat the Cardinals, they did a great job on the run game. The only way I could see the Rams losing is if Matthew Stafford doesn't show up. He has to turn the ball over. If they force him to turn the ball over and they make this a close game, then I can see the Bucs winning. But other than that, I got the Rams winning. Not a close game. I got them winning by at least probably 10 points like that. And I got Tom Brady having a tough day. So I'm picking the Bucs. Ty.
Oh, all right. So I actually have every bottom team winning this week. But if you're going to say, well, I'll put my money on, I put my money on Cincinnati beating Titans. The reason why is Titans passing defense is like terrible. And you got to play your boy Chase and what you call it. So, and then but the thing about Titans, they do have a good running game still, even though they didn't have everybody have Henry this game. But I don't see them running the ball that much against Cincinnati's run defense. So, yeah.
All right. So my pick was also Cincinnati because hey, I ain't gonna lie, I've been watching Jamar Chase he ain't played last year, but I've been watching him. I love Jamar Chase. Hey, Ty, you gonna have to excuse me, but I love this Bengals team. I hate it. I love him. Being a Ravens fan, I love this Bengals team, man. We got Joe Burrow slinging that thing. T. Higgins, who I wanted out of the draft, came second round, first pick, second round out of Clemson. He's tough. You got Tyler Boyd, nasty, does a lot of the dirty stuff that people don't see out of Pittsburgh. You got obviously the 1,400 guy himself, Jamar Chase, doing the gritty. He might do the gritty 2-3 times against the Titans this week. Man, look, I love this team. Eli Apple, I always thought Eli Apple was a good corner. He's always in position. He could just some reason he can never make the play. It's something with Eli Apple where he just can't make the play. But Woozier balling on the other side, free agent from Dallas. He balling. You got Jermaine Pratt, middle linebacker, he's doing well. You got that pass rush, Trey Hendrickson, Sam Hubbard coming at him. And the Bengals defense is a lot better than what people give them credit for. Now, the Titans, they did show some resiliency, losing Henry, still getting that number 1 seed. Shout out to them.
Crazy.
Because, I mean, that's pretty hard to do when you lose the best back in the league. I don't care what Jonathan Taylor's doing. I love Jonathan Taylor. He's the second best back in the league. You have the best back in the league gone. Derrick Henry's out of here. He's still like top 5, top 10 in rushing. He was gone for like 7 weeks. He had almost 1,000 yards halfway through the season. So he's the best back in the league. He was gone. Deontay Foreman is cool. I like him. Running back out of Texas. He was cool. But you can't replace Derrick Henry, which he already knew that. He said in the press conference he was just trying his best to do what he do, can help the team contribute. Titans, man, I don't know. Julio, he's always in and out the lineup, always leaving the game. He's always hurt. A.J. Brown's a pretty good receiver. But I don't know, man. I just really like this Bengals team, man. I hate to admit it. I really like them. Oh, Jesse Bates, secondary. One of my guys, I said 2 years ago, I thought he was going to be a dog. All-pro last year, not this year. But all-pro last year. I liked him 2 years ago. I told people Jesse Bates is going to be a problem.
Yeah, the Bengals defense is goes unnoticed. They did have a few hiccups, though, when they look back. So – but I don't know. I'm gonna pick the Titans that game, because I'm picking the Titans to beat the Bengals this game, and the Titans. I gained some respect from Tannehill. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I always looked at Tannehill like a Baker Mayfield, like a beneficiary of the run game, and coming into this game, I see that in that game this year he had Julio, A.J. Brown, and Derrick Henry, and they had a terrible start. They had a bad. They first 3 games, it went like 1 and 2, something like that. And then Derrick Henry just started going off. And then when Derrick Henry got hurt, I'm like, the Titans done. Colts winning this division. and they still became the number one. Not winning the division, they became the number one seed, and they beat a lot of playoff teams too this year. So he's a coach. Mike Vrabel was the coach of the year, by the way. If he don't win coach of the year, I don't know what's going on. He definitely should
I
win
agree.
this year. You know,
It was about to be my guy.
you said who?
It was about to be my guy until
Oh, you talking about
Lamar
Harbaugh?
hurt. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was either going to be he wins the year or Lamar win MVP. Like, because Lamar had to be for y'all to win. Carl, he had to play like the only game I could think of, the Browns game. Outside that game, he had to play like an MVP.
Yeah,
For y'all to win.
Yeah.
Like, so that's why I respect Lamar a lot. But the Titans, though, you know, their secondary is like strong suit, but their defense also played better in the second half of the year, though. Like the first half of the year, they were getting torn up. Then the second half of the year, them signings they made over the offseason actually started coming fruition. They actually started playing better. And I do think Derrick Henry is ready to come back, man. They gonna be careful with him. Derrick Henry's a dog. Look, if the Titans get a lead, they're gonna win this game. That's all I gotta say. Because
Not getting a lead.
I don't know, man, because that Raiders defense is not top notch. They're not that good for real. You know, they like statistically they're terrible for real, and they hung in there with the Bengals. And the reason why the Raiders kind of fell behind because they another Cowboys team, they kept getting penalties in their first 3 drives. Like the first drive you watched, the first drive they had, they were moving the ball on the Bengals easily, and then they got a 4-star penalty that set them back, and they had to settle for a field goal. The second drive, the same thing happened for real. You know, so the Raiders were moving the ball on them. And I think the Titans are going to play a little bit better off. And A.J. Brown, man, listen, I gain respect for him too. He's a dog. You know, when it's time to show up, he does show up. I'm not even going to fake. He shows up, you know. So I'm going to pick to beat the Bengals. And the Bengals Cinderella story. And I was on another show, and I was telling them the Bengals, everybody keep talking about the Colts being a scary team in the playoffs, the Bengals would be a scary team in the playoffs. They're, no, they're not.
Look, I got a little pushback with the Raiders game.
Okay.
The Raiders got a better secondary than the Titans.
Okay.
Casey Hayward, former All-Pro. Nate Hobbs played really well as a rookie, and they would have had Damon on there if he didn't do all that dumb stuff, putting guns on live and all that other stuff. But they have a better secondary. I like Trayvon Monerig, the rookie out of TCU. I think the Raiders have a better secondary. Now, the problem with the Raiders also was you didn't have Casey Hayward, your best corner, following Jamar Chase. So Jamar Chase was killing Nate Hobbs on the other side of the ball. Then they finally make the switch. And Casey Hayward is starting to follow Jamar a little bit more. And it wasn't like he shut him down, but it slowed down the Bengals offense a little bit. The Titans don't have nobody comparable to Casey Hayward over there. The only person that's kind of close is Christian Fulton. He's kind of close, but it's not really close, if you get what I'm saying. That's their best corner, but he's not Casey Hayward. So that's why I really got Jamar Chase going crazy. Then, like I said, if you stop Jamar, cool. Who won't stop T. Higgins on the other side? Joe Mixon.
Yeah, T. Higgins.
Who won't stop Joe Mixon? I mean, Mike Vrabel is a great coach, good defensive coordinator, so he'll probably game plan to run a little bit better than the Raiders. But, man, it's just a lot you got to stop with Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Also, the Bengals, not this year, but the year before last, was my sleeper team before, and then Joe Burrow. Y'all did my boy Joe Burrow dirty. And
hey, man, Chase Young, put that.
Yeah, y'all did my boy dirty. No, so to me, comeback player of the year.
Who? Joe Burrow?
Yeah.
You can say that because he's a quarterback. But I was thinking Nick Bosa too. Nick Bosa had a good season, and he got hurt last year. But
but
Joe
you
Burrow,
know how they do. You know how awards go. Quarterback more so anything.
I give it to Joe Burrow. You're right. I give it to Joe Burrow. But yeah, on paper, listen, I got you. I understand your points, Carl. You feel me? Paper, the Bengals look like they're gonna win this game. You know, one thing about Vrabel I like, he has his team ready to play every game. Right? That's one thing I said about him. Right? Vrabel is a Super Bowl champion also, and his Titans team had playoff. This same Titans team had playoff experience. You know, they beat y'all, whatever. You know, they went last year and then y'all beat them. I like how y'all won last year. Though. I respected that. You know, so Vrabel, you know, there were a lot of times, you know, when I make my picks, I picked against the Titans, man, right? And for some reason, they found a way to win that game because they got out. They team was ready to play that Sunday, and Mike Vrabel, he's out coached their opponent. So the Bengals, they problem sometimes they fall. They fall. They go away from Joe Mixon. You know, a lot of times they get caught up in the past, and then it turns to a lot of mistakes. So the good thing, the good thing about it, I can't give no X's and O's. All I can tell you is that the Titans going to be way better prepared.
I get it. No, I get exactly what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? All right.
Yeah,
all right,
I get exactly what you're saying. It's some coaches that they inspire their team to do better than what they're supposed to do. So I get exactly what you're saying. Being that he's a player's coach as well, because I don't know if he made the actual Hall of Fame, but he could. I don't think he made the Hall of Fame, but he was a really, really good linebacker. So he gets the game of football. So I get exactly what you're saying.
Yeah,
Also, Javon, I didn't say that the Raiders had a better defense than the Titans. I said the Raiders had a better secondary than the Titans.
Yeah, is Butter pre-playing? Because I know he had an incident, right? He's not playing, is he?
That shouldn't. I don't know, but that shouldn't even. If you've seen the video, that shouldn't even affect him. He was really trying.
I didn't even see the video. I just heard what happened, and
that shouldn't even.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. Like, and hold on, I gotta address Ty real quick. Ty, so you say you have every away team winning this week?
Yeah.
So you got the Bills beating the Chiefs this week?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know. I'm picking the Chiefs.
I'm going with the Chiefs too. I don't bet against Mahomes.
Yeah, I'm picking the Chiefs. Why are you picking the Bills?
Because Chiefs defense.
What about it?
Still suspect.
Oh my God! What do they have to do?
It's still suspect.
What do they got to do?
It's still suspect.
But that's what I'm saying. That I'm asking you, what do they have to do to make you not think that they suspect?
Win the Super Bowl.
They won
That's
last
a
year.
lot. That's a lot to ask for.
2 years ago. All right.
That's the only way.
All right. So the Bills
Still
defense.
suspect.
I got you. The Bills got number one defense, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
number one. Yeah, number
Yeah,
one.
the Bills got number one defense.
No one passing too. No one
See,
passing.
this is how I'm looking at it. This is how I'm looking at it, y'all. I'm looking at Mahomes having one of the historic years in NFL history. I got Mahomes with a bad start. Everybody written them all, but Carl, you didn't. I know you came on a special and you said they're gonna still win the division, and you said they were the best team still. You know, Tyrone said Mahomes was the best defensive player in the league. Throwing interceptions. So
Still is.
I got Mahomes having a bad start. Everybody saying it, the Chargers were better, and the Raiders. People were saying the Raiders.
Crazy.
He turned around. They go on a win streak. They lose the number one seed to the Titans. The Titans beat them bad. The Bills beat them bad. They got to go beat the Bills, and they're going to have to go beat the Titans, and they're going to win the Super Bowl. And that's going to be a great story you can tell about Patrick Mahomes. That's why I got the Titans. I got the Titans winning because they got to meet the Chiefs in the AFC Championship, so Mahomes will get his revenge.
And who's stopping Kelsey?
Yeah, man. Who is stopping Kelsey now? For real. Who's stopping that offense, period? They hot right now,
You
man.
got to stop Kelsey. Then you got to stop Tyreek Hill. And Byron Pringle's he's still dropping the ball a little bit.
Bills got the number
He's been
one
playing better.
passing defense. That's all I got to say.
That's cool.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, and then the other game, you got the Bengals, winning,
Yeah.
the Bills winning,
Yep.
the Rams winning,
Yeah.
And the
and
49ers.
you had
49ers
the
winning. Yeah.
okay, okay.
That's only because it's A-Rod.
I do too. I got the 49ers winning too. My
Okay,
preseason
yeah.
prediction was the 49ers versus the Rams in the NFC Championship and the Chiefs and the Patriots. But I thought Cam was going to start. That's why. But Mac Jones started. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I got the Packers. I got the Rams. I got the Bengals. And I got the Chiefs.
Packers, Rams, Bengals, Chiefs. I'm with that. I'm with that. Okay, cool. We'll see. All right, so we're going to wrap this up. But before we wrap it up, definitely, if you just got on, make sure, I'm going to say, this is going to be like a broken record. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and guess what? You could subscribe because you are on YouTube right now. Just go on the bottom, click that subscribe button. Share with somebody so they can subscribe too. Last time we doing the competition, I'm going to post it again tonight. Perfect bracket challenge. I want to know y'all football knowledge for real. We up here making picks and stuff. I want to be able to hold y'all accountable to y'all picks. So send me your bracket, who you got winning each round. But you gotta be subscribed. You gotta have 2 others to subscribe. And the 2 people you have subscribed, have them join the competition. I mean, they can win $300. The winner gets $300. If somebody doesn't get the perfect bracket, we will have the best bracket get $100. All right, and that's that. So before we end it, we're gonna have some last words like we always do. All right, we're gonna start with you, Ty, and then you, Carl.
First, I'd like to thank you for having me on again. Had fun, learned a lot, definitely from Carl Madden. You know, everything about football, so learned a lot about football. I knew nothing about football until I talked to him. So, but yeah, it's being on here. Thank you for having me on here, though.
No problem. Of course. Thanks for coming on.
No problem.
All right, I would like to say also thank you for having me on. It's always fun. Secondly, I have a tangent. Kyler Murray was not and is not better than Lamar Jackson. Y'all see what happened when he lost DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
I had so many people tell me Kyler Murray better than Lamar. Kyler Murray better than Lamar. Lamar ain't never had no DeAndre Hopkins. You put DeAndre Hopkins on the Ravens, we in the Super Bowl. Look what happened when he lost D-Hop. To me, D-Hop is the best receiver in the league. I think that proved it. Second tangent, and it's not really a tangent, it's more so I can't believe I forgot about him. When we talking about the Bills, I can't believe I forgot about Gabriel Davis. He's a nice up-and-coming receiver. He's something to watch when Emmanuel Sanders, if Emmanuel Sanders doesn't resign, he could step in that number 2 role for the Bills. Lastly, if the Jets take Kyle Hamilton, I will go to New York, and I will find where Robert Salah lives, and it won't be nice. Let Kyle Hamilton drop to 14 so he can come to the Ravens. We need a safety.
That's a great point, though, Carl. With D-Hop. Yeah, soon he got hurt. Yeah, Kyler Murray, like the whole team, it looked terrible.
Yeah,
you know. So yeah, and then look at him before he even came to the Cardinals. They went, you know, when he got there, he brought life there. So great point, great point. All right, y'all. So thank y'all for coming on. We appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all at the next episode. Thank you for staying to the end. We really appreciate that. If you are listening to this on you or watching this on YouTube, we would like for you to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and hit the notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, etc., we would like for you to follow us on those platforms. Also hit the notification button so you can be notified when we're out. And last but not least, no matter what platform you're listening to or you're watching it on, share it with someone you know, and they could be part of the movement also. So thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.